All right.
I like it. I like it. Are we live?
We are live.
Fucking we'll do it live!
We're live, buddy. We're live.
Hey there, everybody. How are you? How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you all are doing great in your domiciles. I hope this heat isn't perturbing you in your time of need. Perturb is a big word. It was on the calendar. Perturbed. I'm very perturbed right now because Bubba's alone. And I don't like when Bubba's alone.
You know.
And I'm very perturbed by the heat. The heat is I know Jarrod's perturbed anytime anybody speaks of the heat because it's very perturbing.
Shut up.
You remind me of that kid that apparently
the weather outside is
Apparently I've never been on live TV.
it's like that kid just got his I don't know, figured out how to read and got one of those word of the day calendars.
He just did the thing where where you're on a globe and you spin the globe and you do the thing and you pick the word and you're like, oh, apparently my uncle says never mind. Y'all talked about that on y'all's episode.
So coming in the chat, yes, Chase, this is a new room. This is our new studio. We moved in last episode? Yeah, last episode. Last episode, it's amazing. We love it out here. You come to my house and you step outside and you look at this building. It looks like a shed, and we're gonna do some ritual stuff inside there. But then you step in and it's just like a lap of luxury. It's just we got leather chairs in here, and
we got dueling pistols.
Dueling pistols for anybody that wants to go out back and shoot. I mean, it's great.
He has a roller coaster outside too.
It's a roller coaster, and
really
he's got a lazy river.
I've got goats though in the behind me. The
goat
neighbors have goats back there.
That's kind of fun.
We're gonna do a goat show later.
Oh hell yeah! Hell yeah, brother!
Wait, what kind?
The best thing is
like a donkey show, or
yeah,
It's like a donkey show.
it's very similar to that. My favorite thing is, and it's not that Chad's gone, right? That's not my favorite thing.
we can fuck goats now.
Exactly.
With Chad being in, I guess, his motherland of pale white people and redheads, where both of y'all are from, I guess.
Did you see that? I don't know if you noticed this, but we got a phone call.
Did we?
We did, and let's go ahead. I'm just gonna play it on here.
Let's play.
Oh, so, hello, boys. I'm calling you all the way from Iceland. It's incredible here, which leads me to some very unfortunate news. I won't be coming back to Texas. That's right. I'm going to be living here in Iceland from now on. I pledge my allegiance to the Norse gods, and I am renouncing my citizenship as an American. It was nice knowing you all, and remember, stay good.
That was a legally binding statement from Chad, who has renounced his citizenship to become a communist, I guess.
Icelandic.
We have traded you, Chad.
Oh, we've traded you for the Norse, who's that? Bjorn Borg.
Bjorn Borg.
We've traded you for Bjorn Borg.
Bjorn Borgensen.
Yes, Borgensen.
Those people from Iceland.
Huh?
They're pretty hot, though.
Oh, yeah, we know.
The Icelandic girls?
We know one.
Do we?
Yeah. Laufey?
We know her?
Yeah.
I don't know her.
Robin's friend.
I haven't met her.
You haven't met Laufey?
No, she's Icelandic.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's very cool. She's one of the girls that slapped me for the shot, that hurricane shot or whatever.
That was her.
Yeah, the blonde.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
You got your shit rocked with that.
Fuck yeah, I did. I still got to find that video because it's very.
Do you know what a hurricane shot is?
Don't they like what?
Is Dank here?
I know. I was like, is there a giant bog in here?
That's just the ice maker. It's kicking off some ice.
It's
there.
the one where you explain it to me.
They basically throw water in your face and then smack you across the.
Yeah, you
face.
take the shot, and then they
Throw water in your face
and
and
then
slap
slap
the
you.
shit out.
Yeah, that does not seem anywhere near.
I don't know,
fun.
man. Depends what you're into.
I'm not into that.
Yeah. I'm not either.
I would be pissed.
So Chad, I guess thank you for
Yeah.
for the phone call. Also, is anybody else's allergies acting up? Because mine have been a bitch here the past couple weeks.
Yeah, it's up and down for me. So
Because
It hasn't been too bad.
no,
I just get fucking headaches and stuff.
dude, that's COVID. You have COVID.
No.
You have COVID
I'm just
3.0.
gonna say it. I don't really feel like I'm family when I'm at Olive Garden.
You heard it here first, folks. The Olive Garden is no fan of Chad. The Olive Garden. Breaking news. We got breaking news like Jarrod does.
Yeah.
Olive Garden bans Chad
Yes.
for pulling his thing out, and he's a pink little penis. And they're like, he's like, suck on this linguine. And it's like, sir, stop, please.
I'm pretty sure I have you saying, "Hey, Chad, show me that pink little penis."
See that pink little penis.
I got that somewhere.
But yeah, don't adjust your screen. I know there's half a man here that's not Chad, but Chad's here. Chad is here. I mean, Jarrod's here from the Tales from the Fort podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us, Jarrod.
Hello.
Jared's always a phone call away, and he only lives maybe less than a quarter of a mile from
Yeah.
us.
Not even 5 minutes.
Yeah.
it's
It's very cool. Again, he's with the Tales from the Fort podcast, along with his other co-host, Jarrod, Bald Jarrod, or I don't know what he likes to be called. Just don't call him late for dinner.
Unhaired.
Unhaired
Jared.
Yeah.
Is he back from his little sissy fit or his migraine?
No. He missed this one because he went out of town for something. I think it's like a fantasy football thing or
cool.
something that they do up in Wichita.
You
that is
have to go out of
badass.
town for fantasy football.
You can, and
He
there's.
does it every year.
You
It's like,
can. And,
I wish we
and
could.
you will.
I
wish we
think
could do
that's
that.
what he was going out of town for.
That's awesome. I wish we could do one day whenever we have money, or like
Yeah.
a 401k.
And then I forgot that on Saturday it was our 1 year anniversary of when we put our episode out, plus our 40th episode. And I didn't even mention it on that episode. I was just like,
Jesus.
oops, oh well.
Hey, can you explain to me fantasy football?
Fantasy football is it's when you dream that you're doing football players. Like me, whenever I fantasize about football, it's a threesome with Tony Romo and Travis Kelce, and with his brother Jason watching and recording, and maybe joining every now and then. That's my
When
fantasy
I'm not
football.
gallivanting around the world, I'm furiously masturbating to pictures of myself.
That's a very Chad statement.
But does that sum everything else?
Pretty
end up
much.
kind of? Okay, got
yes, yeah.
it. You just fantasize about football.
Fantasize about men and then just furiously masturbate.
No, but I've never played. I've never actually played fantasy football.
It's actually a lot of fun.
The thing is I
Did
don't
it
know
once.
enough about the players. I don't know enough about anything.
I didn't. They said the guys they said that I probably had the best team out of anyone.
Doesn't Alex have a
And-
league? Doesn't he play in a league?
I don't think so. But this was back when I worked at QT, and they were just like, "You probably got the best team of anyone." And I came in dead last because I didn't know what the fuck to do. I was just like, "Let's try these guys."
Auto pick. Well, people. I know for our draft it was Friday night at 9:00, and that was my last night alone, living by myself. Pardon. But it was.
Last night of freedom.
That's right. I was like jerking off everywhere. I'm like, yeah, it's mine. But we did the draft. That's why this is the first 30. That way we can say that and shake the cobwebs off. And
Exactly.
for the 3 people that are on,
And
Thank you for
have
joining
kids
us.
and have
warmed
kids
up.
cheer.
Oh
Cheer
God.
for you
Weird.
masturbating.
But I was like, it's my last day alone, living alone. Let me enjoy my night, and I couldn't. I was still like moving stuff around the house, getting dressers out of the master bedroom, which looks amazing. Looks like completely different.
Yeah, y'all rearranged that,
We
right?
did. Did she send you a picture?
No. I haven't
or-
seen it yet, but I knew that was going to happen. You kind of explained that you were going to put the bed over on this side Which in my mind, I was having a hard time picturing it because I was like, dude, that bed takes up so much room in there.
Oh my God! But look, the way we have it set is, you know where my bed is normally.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
put it along the long side of the
Yeah,
wall.
believe me, I know exactly where it's
And
at.
ooh, sexy. Did you know? Hold on, let me see what's going on, because I know this is the cool thing about trust. I have found my friends with her on there, and I can see where she's at.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I think she's still at the bar. Is she still at the bar?
Excuse me.
She's still at the bar. Unless she's like, hey guys.
She's
like,
still at the fucking bar.
she's like, hey guys, my boyfriend's on right now. Let's listen to him. So on my bed where it was,
Yeah.
there was, the center where, you put the screw down and it, levels out.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't put on right. So every time I'd have sex, it would like scrape the wood on the floor.
Oh,
And
man.
it
Start a
scraped-
fire?
Yes, pretty much. And so it scraped this fucking line of wood on there, and I'm just thinking, what is she going to say about that? What is she going to say about that? But this is like an old. These are old. This is an old thing.
Yeah.
This is
you,
pretty-
It could have been your dad.
Well, she.
Oh God,
Oh.
dude, come on, man. Damn
I mean,
it all.
it was your dad's room, so.
It was.
Mi amor.
Daddy, no. But I just thought it was funny, and then like, are you single? Are you still seeing that young lady, or what's your status?
Confused.
What's that spot on Facebook that you put like?
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
It just. There's nothing yet, but
Okay.
I'm talking to someone.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cool. Does she know you podcast?
Yeah.
Of course she
Did you
does.
tell her you were coming on tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, is she watching right now?
She might be. I don't know.
Have you ever heard? I mean, that's Jarrod's number one pickup line. He's like,
Hey,
"Hey, I podcast.
I've got a podcast."
Listen to my podcast. Then you'll kind of understand who I am because I'm 100% myself on that show."
So just that stuff that was on there that was from like pre-dating,
Yeah.
single. I was single at the time, and
Yeah, but
so
I'm sure that y'all contributed to the scratching.
we
At
did.
some
We
point.
did our actually we were more adventurous. We were on the floor or like in the living room, stuff like that. So those were the better
Hey.
times. and so like looking back, I think I was talking to Tim like, what are we going to talk about with you? And there's a lot of things that came to my mind because obviously we all went to school together. We went to went to Castleberry High School down the street. And I want to. One of the things that came to my head, I'm like the Riz we have now, like how we have it. I mean, we're obviously Tim and I.
The Riz.
As the
There
kids
is
say.
Nah, there's no. Oh man.
I think Jarrod, if we go back to high school, how we were then to now, which version of yourself would you take? And I think I don't know because you got the best of both worlds. You got that awesome beard whenever you had it and that mustache. But you also had the tallness, and you
Dude,
you were tall as fuck in high school.
Yeah, but I was awkward in high school. I was awkward in middle school. I think high school I had more fun. I was more adventurous and just like wanting to go do things or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. That's so tough.
Well, I mean, like Jarrod, would you take butt crack hair you then, or like you now?
I mean, Jarrod and I both had the same hairstyle at one point.
Y'all did, and so did my
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. It was popular.
It was, Dragon Ball Z and
I got-
Hanson was a thing.
Well, and then
I got lady.
what's his face? The dude from
Singular.
Home Improvement.
All of them.
The one kid.
Oh,
the
Brad.
Yeah, Brad. The Brad.
yeah, the oldest one who was in like Tokyo Drift.
Dude, that made me want to grow my hair out and so I could
you a
do a
man bun?
Yeah, man, I want a little ponytail.
That's crazy. Well, but don't forget, he also shaved like
The sides, yeah.
Oh my god, that was
I've always done that.
And that's what I
like,
did once
no
I
matter
started.
what-
Yeah.
shave the sides.
Yeah.
Once
It's
I started
always
having a
been short
chili
on the
bowl
sides.
thing, I shaved the sides, man.
So I feel like then, like when I was in high school, like sophomore year is where I kind of peaked, because that's whenever like that's where like I was dating a senior. Well, I wasn't dating a senior.
Are you saying that you peaked in high
I
school?
peaked in high school?
Oh man.
And then I
Not even halfway
not
through.
even halfway through. And actually, that's a lie. I think it was like freshman year of college. But I think then was like I was more confident about myself, and it was like pre 9/11. Things were great. And then the Twin Towers
Thanks
happened. and I
thanks
was
a
like,
lot, Bin Laden.
Thanks, Obama. I mean, Osama. ruin everything. But that's how it was, growing up. So
So
I prefer,
you contribute your awkwardness and like feeling bad about yourself to 9/11.
yes.
It makes
It
sense.
was a terrible day for everyone. Never forget, baby. Never forget.
It's the day that I realized that I was not hot
You
shit.
can't blame that on 9/11.
Yes, I can.
No, you
And
can't.
that stupid Spanish teacher that wouldn't let us watch the news whenever.
Who, Mr. Wixon?
No, it was Mr. Powell because it was another guy because John Krause was fuck. Anyways, he would always bring like Pepsi and vodka.
That sounds like John.
And so then I'm like, bro, what do you do? He's like, hey, you want some? I'm like, what is it? He's like, it's vodka. I'm like, oh, cool. But I used to always get high at school. Like,
Darren did that to me.
Darren,
Only he
yeah?
didn't tell me it was vodka. It was. You remember whenever Propel just kind of hit the market?
Yes.
So I wanted to try it for the first time. He had a bottle. I said, "Hey, let me try that Propel," and he hands it to me. Doesn't tell me it's just straight up vodka in it, and I
Oh, fuck.
nearly died in the lunchroom. I remember taking a big swig of that.
God,
Just-
man, I used to like perk it up. Like I used to be like
Put some Percocets in there
I'd
and-
take some perks. And freshman year, man, I would like be perked up like every day, or like Randy E last name.
Oh, yeah.
I used to like.
Epnefong.
Yeah, you're not supposed to fucking say last names.
man.
No one's going to know
I
how
used
to
to like
spell
get
it.
high. As a matter of like freshman year, like that's how I met my best friend. Like that's how I met Anthony. Like I was in English class with him first period, and I would always go to class stoned, and he would always be like, there's that Mexican kid. He's Mexican too. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. He's like, there's that fucking kid who's like stoned every morning, and I was looking at him and be like, there's a fucking sweater vest wearing guy like every day. Like I hate him. All the girls wanted him.
Oh yeah, his sweater vest and his
Fucking
glasses,
sweater
man.
vest and the glasses.
Yeah.
But from there, it just kind of it sprouted. We just became friends, and we actually talked like at detention freshman year, and I sat next to him.
It's like a Breakfast Club thing, huh?
It was pretty much,
Aw.
and it was he is like my best friend. I love the guy to death, but I just like what the fuck was the point of that story?
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
But back.
But I used to get high. I used to get high all the time, and like I was like always perking up. And those were the
I
days.
didn't do drugs at all in high school.
Coming in from the chat, yes, RIP, this is a new studio, and whenever y'all eventually actually come on, you're going to be in the new digs with us. J-Boy, crazy studio, yes it is.
Oh,
Can't-
whenever our fucking Dungeons and Dragons,
Chad gets back, we're gonna
Oh, fuck.
we've got a nice setup over here for it. So
bro, it's gonna be fucking fantastic,
also,
bro.
I remember, so I remember teachers none of our teachers wanted to like hide 9/11 from us or whatever happened. They broadcasted on every single TV throughout the whole entire school,
Yeah.
I believe.
That's all we did all day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all.
But I was talking to
We
so
just watched the coverage, and the teacher just up at the front of the classroom just
shaking their heads, yeah, smoking a
put that
cigarette.
down.
I remember Coach Woodall's like, one of the towers just came down. And I was like, you mean like they did it like on purpose? Like it just came down? They just said, hey, let's just implode it. Because I was in the library
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
the second plane hit. I was like in the
I was
library.
in bed. What do you?
Were you?
I think so.
No, it was like 8:03 our time.
Yeah, I
9:03 New
remember
York.
waking up and like hearing that something hit the tower, and I was still in bed.
I was in band.
Yeah.
We were out there practicing and all that stuff in the field. But it is September, so we're coming up on the anniversary. That's kind of where we're in this little thinking about back on where we were at
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's weird.
What's weird is my coworkers are a little bit younger,
Yeah.
and they were talking about they didn't understand what was going on because they were, I think, one of them was like 8. And
I think you said Dank said on your show he was like in 3rd grade.
yeah, and they got him out of the parents came and they were going to pick him up, but they wouldn't let him leave the school. They had the school kind of like locked down because they
Yeah.
didn't know what was going on and
Yeah.
all that stuff. I was like, man, I don't remember any of that happening.
From the group chat, our school didn't want us to watch it. One of my teachers was like, y'all need to watch this, and I don't care if they fire me. But that
was history,
like
man.
It was it was-
Yeah, they came in the classroom like, write this down. This is like JFK, and I was just like, I didn't care. I was, a plane hit a building, it fell. Another plane hit the other building, it
But
fell.
the
I was like,
crazy
I don't
shit,
care
though,
about this. And
is as millennials, because that's what we are,
yeah.
and everybody confuses us with the next generation.
Gen X.
But we're like, no, man, we're
Pepsi
Gen X is
generation.
still, yeah.
The Pepsi generation. You mean those commercials of Britney Spears and Ray Charles?
Yeah. So
Let's just fucking get drunk.
no, we've been living through.
I've already gone here.
We have been living through like shit after shit after shit. I mean, we had 9/11 happen. You had Harambe getting killed. You had
Harambe.
oh,
How dare you,
Like,
sir?
I just didn't see the appeal.
and well, I mean, it was the kid's fault, really.
It was
Yeah.
that fucking kid.
I mean, it sucks that that girl had to die just because that fucking mom didn't watch her fucking
Piece
kid.
of shit.
But then we had COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, we just had shit after shit, and we're probably in like the what they're gonna call the silent depression, the worst depression in U.S. history.
Oh, I thought you meant like mentally.
Well, that too,
Check your mentals, kids. And
we're all
people
just
with
kind of
those.
surviving.
Plus,
You
they're
know,
throwing aliens in it now.
Oh
so-
yeah. I sent them the link to that government website
Yeah.
that they're like, oh, here's some information, and here you can watch these.
Every time they
videos
do that,
about-
though, I wonder what they're. I wonder what they're.
Tar.
Always wonder what they're hiding. You know.
Origin unknown.
This is semen.
They're gonna have
master.
trading cards and shit.
Rookie card ET.
they're like Pokemon. Like,
You got a Volter. You got a
Yeah.
Goldar. You got a
I have an
Regal
app where you can
Pulsar.
take a picture. I got a picture of a fake dog.
Oh my god, that's fucking crazy.
I did get some good news today.
Tell us, Tim.
So, I use. Have you heard of that guy? His name's like.
Neil Armstrong, yes.
His name's like something Crouch or something like that, or
Ethan Crouch. Ethan Crouch?
Not that dude.
Oh my
The-
god,
This
guy
guy's a
murdered
realtor,
people? Oh.
and what he does is he. I have to go back and look at his name, but he protests Tarrant County. He protests the Tarrant County taxes for
Yes.
yeah.
Get down.
And
Everybody down.
TAD hates him, but he protests, and so I use him to protest my
Oh,
taxes.
okay.
So he got my taxes down.
How many thousands of dollars?
Dude, $33,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
33,000 less?
$33,000 less
Holy
than what my
fuck.
property value was valued at. Right.
God damn.
Here's this though. So Abbott, I talked about this like several episodes ago. One of the good things that he's done is he signed a new tax reform, and so they fixed your homestead exemption
Yes.
to where you're not going to get taxed on the first $100,000 instead of the first like 30 or 40 as it was.
Okay.
So that means I'm only going to get taxed on a very small percentage. It's basically going to take my taxes and cut them in half.
Thug life.
I am fucking
Build another
pumped about
studio.
that.
You should, because
I know.
I think the way things are going
To
now,
build another studio.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuck yeah, let's double this place up. Let's put a. You know, remember when Richie Rich had a McDonald's in his house?
Yeah,
Let's do that shit.
Chandler Couch.
We need
Yeah.
a
Chandler Bing.
You need a stage.
Chandler
You need
Bing.
a stage now, so whenever y'all have a musical guest, you can have cameras set up, and then they can do a performance. It's like a talk show.
It'd be like, ladies and gentlemen, the Jackson 5.
Oh, you know we're gonna. So I'm gonna put a deck. We're gonna put a deck off of this, which will double as a stage at some point.
yeah.
I'm sure.
set up some cameras out there, and then do the live act at the end, like kind of how Jimmy Fallon does.
Oh, we should
Yeah.
do what Eric Andre does and like have them sing, but with like tasers flying around them. And then
Tasers?
they're blindfolded and they got to walk down the plank.
Who
and,
the
like,
fuck would want to do that then?
Imagine Dragons did it.
I've never watched that show.
Imagine dragging my nut. You haven't watched Eric Andre?
No, I haven't. I've
Holy
seen like
shit.
clips of it, but I've never
Imagine-
actually watched this full time.
I've
you
seen
watch-
Imagine Dragons in concert.
Imagine dragging my nuts across your face.
Hey, what do
I
you
didn't
think
see that
about? What do you think about the Trailer Park Boys? You ever watch that?
I never did. No. I hear good things, but
It
I've
looks
never had a
funny.
chance to watch
Bubbles
it.
looks funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Is it
It
because
looks
he's
funny,
got like a
but-
tism?
Yeah, I think that's
I
it.
don't think. I think he's got a drum, not a tism.
You can't watch it sober. Doing Eric Andre. You know what? Osos Colosos, their intros, one of their little things is Eric
Oh,
Andre.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, grizzly bear. Grizzly bear. Yeah, they have a really cool intro. I like their. We need to
I have
change
it on my
ours up.
soundboard.
Yeah, because you had to
So
download
whenever
it.
they come on my show so often now.
What else? So new studio.
I
What do
don't
you
know,
think?
man, new studio.
It's nice.
It is. It is nice. It is nice.
Me gusta mucho. Yes, correct. You cannot watch it sober. You got to be kind of a little stoned to watch Eric Andre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never gonna happen to me.
Nope. This man can't have drugs.
Can't have drugs.
I like that hat, Tim. Where'd you get that hat?
That's our new merch line.
Holy shit! Yeah, bonkers.
Yeah, we've got a whole new merch line, and you come to the studio. We've got all our hats displayed up at the top.
Those
Y'all
are
should
really
have done
nice.
like a cheesy J.C. Penney commercial. Like
We
y'all
might,
just
you know.
Let's hire that lady.
modeling your fall catalog or
Oh,
something.
we'll have a little child running with an axe, like.
But you'll be able to come out and see us, and I don't know the date. I'm gonna apologize. But you're gonna be able to come out and see us at Arts Goggle, where we'll have all of our merch out there for sale. That includes patches, pins, stickers, which will be free, hats, shirts. Everything's gonna be basically about $20. I mean, we're not gonna mark up anything crazy. It's gonna be
No.
like a one price for pretty much everything. So you can be able to come out, buy some merch, hang out with us.
$20 for a sticker? That's ripping them off.
No, stickers
No,
are
it's
free.
gonna be $30.
The patch is like $5 or something like that. So, and then we're gonna be recording a live episode while we're out there, just catching people, letting them talk to us, talking to them,
Making them.
yeah, all that fun stuff. I'm here for it.
Me too. It's going to be good. It's going to be a fun time. We're going to have a bunch of people that hopefully will participate in that and then come for interviews.
Yeah,
And of
Give
course,
them
we're
a
going to have
free
people. Yeah. Whoa, hold on there, Chiefy. They'll get a free hat once they donate $30.
To the Funky Panther Fund.
all right.
right.
So we didn't really touch on what we've been up to.
Okay, yeah, here, let's
And,
get into it.
Javier, you kind of touched on it a little bit.
I
You've
did.
been moving shit.
Oh, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, yeah, I'm not
damn.
living alone. I'm not living alone anymore, and it's fun. It's fun. It's a good thing.
You've basically been living over at her house though for a
yeah,
while now.
yeah, just about. Like yeah. It was a hell of a fucking. We hired movers to.
Thank you, Christy. October 21st.
Oh, thank you. See that she's our.
She's-
She's our. Who's that guy from?
Historian? No.
Jamie.
Jamie. She's our Jamie.
She's our Jamie.
But we.
Hey, who invented clothes? Can you look that up for me?
Who invented clothes? Jamie, look it up, please. Christy,
Y'all
please.
need people in the chat
We
that
do.
are just like
Christy is the
go-tos.
one that
Christy is.
sends us like the correct answers for things. So that's she needs to be fucking on, man.
We're gonna have her.
Hey, why not next week?
Bean Boozled. We need to
Yes,
gotta get that because she screwed us with that one. So we're
She
gonna
really
we're gonna
did.
make her participate with that.
she can come on next week.
I mean, if she wants to.
Yeah, if you want to. But what were we talking about?
What we've been up to.
Oh yeah. So we hired movers to move her bed and the cat tree, and it was only
You hired movers to move those two things.
The
yeah,
cat
that's
tree?
it. Yeah, just those two
How
things.
big is the cat tree?
It's a big fucking cat tree.
I mean, I
Like
get-
one of those fucking Lord of the Rings style
Yes,
tree.
yeah.
I
It's got
get
the
that,
eye of
but-
fucking Mordor on top.
You have a crane.
Yeah.
You hired two.
Dude,
you
it
hired
was.
people
Let me
to-
tell you, the convenience because like they disassembled the bed, which is a
I get it for like
king-size
moving
bed.
everything, right?
For sure.
But you just moved two things with movers.
Well, we had been moving things already in the past couple of weeks,
All right,
like
yeah.
a month and a half, 2 months. But the bed was the biggest thing because you have to take apart the bed, and of course, our bed's a king size.
Shit,
It's
a lot
got
of
that.
shit.
It's got that base where it like vibrates, moves up and down. All that.
Hey.
you gotta put a
You put a quarter
Yeah,
in?
you gotta put a
Yes.
quarter in.
And it's like the Shake-O-Matic where you can get somebody pregnant.
I always wanted to stay in a hotel that had one of those.
Me too. Why don't we find it's a motel? It's
A
got to be a
motel.
motel.
A heart-shaped one.
That's right.
We just take
Holy
turns.
fuck.
You want to just get a
Yes.
room and just take turns on the bed?
Just fucking do it.
Does it do the work for you then?
Yes. But like those. Have you ever seen? I'm not friends with these people anymore. But there are people
I don't
that
think- I
I've
don't think that's
that
true.
are friends that were friends of mine that were dating in high school. And they're like celebrating our anniversary, and they got a heart-shaped bed, and they're like, "We look at our hot tub." And you see another picture of the hot tub, and it's like right next to the bed, and I'm like, that can't be fucking safe and sanitary. Like that's ridiculous.
I
It's
bet it's
a-
gonna have mold. Or
yeah,
something.
for sure. It's like a heart-shaped bed and like a shitty little.
Especially if you're doing her right.
Oh
and
my
it splashes all on your
There's
bed.
there's still like a few themed best westerns in the United States.
Shut up.
They'll have like not the whole place, but they'll have like a couple of themed rooms.
Really?
Yeah, you can still track them down. There was one I saw that had like a space theme where it looked like a spaceship where the bed was and all that stuff. And there's like a jungle one.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Circus?
No, I'm positive.
HIV positive, that is.
That's how
Heyo.
positive I am right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
we should
no
we should
offense
we
to
should
anybody.
we should find the
Dallas Buyers
we should
Club.
find one of the best westerns.
Oh my God.
I'm not in
So-
my attire tonight.
So let's
Clint.
because we still have to do our strip club tour
we do need to
of
do that.
podcasts. I've already told Dustin about it. Dustin is all in from Jerry Jones
Oh, yeah.
Massacre.
100% Dustin's
Like,
going to be
and
into that.
he's in. I'm sure Susie's going to be in.
Yeah, I mean,
Jarrod's in. Jared's in for that.
I don't know about that.
Yes, he's going to join us
Strip
for every
clubs are
strip
fucking
club.
Nasty.
Of course they are.
I know, and that's why we're gonna rank them. The
We're going to rank
best
them. We're going to talk about
to the
their
worst.
cleanliness.
I'll
We're
probably
gonna-
sit this one.
We're going to see how friendly the ladies are. We're going to see how the food is because I'll tell you right now, the steaks and salad and baked potato at strip clubs are legendary. You cannot beat it.
Yeah, but the gonorrhea that comes with it sometimes.
I mean, yeah, true, but you're not. It's
Dude,
not like,
it's not like they're serving it with their snatch, man.
Yeah, fucking gross. It's like, here you go.
need some more sauce.
Oh
I got some hot, what was it, horseradish?
no!
Some white horseradish. There's some hot mustard here. But yeah, oh yeah, sorry.
We've been talking about doing that
So,
for a while.
yeah,
though.
we have.
All
It's
right,
like over a year.
So you moved and did all that
Moved,
stuff.
did all
yeah,
this stuff. Of course, we had a Labor Day weekend, and we just chilled. We decided that Sunday would be our chill night. Monday, move everything else over. So everything's already moved in, 100%, and things are good. We got the pets over there, so I got those Blink cameras that I set up so I can check on them everywhere, every time. And it's good. It's been great for the past couple days, and we'll see how it is here a little later.
Jarrod, I feel like we just had you on for a brief. I mean, you were on just briefly though.
You
the
guest
other
starred
night.
as God
I
last week.
cameoed.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know you have no idea what you sound what we were playing at the time?
No.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So we had a little bit of this.
That's nice. My son.
Talk a little bit.
I don't. Here we are on the Funky Panther.
Yeah.
Sounds so smooth.
We put a little echo in your voice and all that. So you had no idea what we had because we had you just trying to talk while I had that playing. But yeah, so
Oh.
anyways, you just came on. You were on briefly. So what have you been up to, man?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just
Cool.
Cool. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night.
yeah. Working. Put a new shelf in my booth, so
Nice.
that's kind of fun.
And where's that booth at?
Right across from the register.
God damn it! I meant where?
The past. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of Halloween stuff in there now, so
Ooh,
it's
okay.
got some cool shit if you need a cool costume. So.
Tis the season. Tis the season.
Yeah,
Tis
I
the
was.
season to
I was
mask
in
up.
there. We like to go in there, as often as we can. Y'all have that sale just recently, and Jesse was like, we need to go. And I was like, we got stuff to do. We can't. We always, when we go there, we always find something. We always find at least one thing that we're going to buy.
Well, there's that place in River Oaks, Atomic Then and Now.
Yeah, we had a discussion about
no.
that.
And Tammy's like, oh, what is that? I'm like, it's like a thrift vintage place. And she's like, oh, let's go there. I'm like, no, we're going to Ties to the Past.
No, so
we're not going anywhere. We're going to Ties
Yeah.
to the Past.
I will say that the one thing that they have over y'all is that's if you're looking for mid-century and that's it, that's what that place has got.
I know another place.
You mean like 50s and 60s?
I know another
stuff?
place
Yeah.
with a better reputation.
Okay, well then that's what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
There's a place called Mid Mod Plus over in Hearst area. Over there, like Harwood kind of area.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly
Oh,
what you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
There, that one's better.
Okay, we'll have to check that place out.
So what's the deal with that Atomic Then and Now?
The dude's a criminal.
He's a criminal,
Jesus.
allegedly, or is he?
No, I mean he's got a record.
Yeah,
Is he one of
I
them?
just we don't trust him. So
Yeah, he used to be a. Well, he was.
He
a
can't
D-
be in
he
your
was.
schools?
He had a booth at a place.
Oh, is it your place?
yeah, it
He
just-
had a
we
booth
don't
somewhere.
trust him,
Yeah.
and that's what it is.
Well, then my money will not go there. My money will go elsewhere. To
They
Ties
had-
to the Past.
They
on
had some.
Camp Bowie.
I'm gonna still say they had some cool pieces in there.
Yeah.
They did have some cool
they
pieces.
do, but
And I was so close to buying a desk. If I had my office cleared out, I was going to buy that desk in there. It was actually amazing. So, but yeah, Ties to the Past over off of Camp Bowie. It's right there. Go. Here's what I like to do. I like to go on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go over to Little Germany.
Ooh, get some spaghetti.
No, I eat
Get
like
you some
regular German
wieners.
food.
I like some wieners.
I like
Some
to eat a little bit of
schnitzels.
German food, and then I head over to Ties to the
and
Past
crop dust.
and look for stuff.
Is that what Tim did?
I did have to.
Sits in every chair.
No, I had to pee there, and you have to get a key from them.
Yeah,
It's like
To
a
use the
big old
bathroom.
honking key. It's like
It is. It's on a big old fucking wooden tie.
yeah.
It should be on a
Cinder block.
You
Yes.
you wouldn't believe how many people leave it in the fucking restroom.
What a bunch of idiots.
Oh, I actually lost the key in there.
I didn't
I'm like,
know.
Wow.
Hey, my sister-wife said that she lost the key. I don't know where it is.
So that's what I typically like to do.
Dude, check it out. I love going there. I spent a couple hours over there looking at cards. I got to go back because it's been a long time since I've been there.
He's still got a shit ton over there. He's 25% off right now. So.
Oh, shit. Holy moly.
75 cents a card. And there's another dude. He has a bunch of like all the old wax packs.
Yes.
And everything.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of those. So.
Well, we're going to just have to make our way over there.
And then who else? He's got some graded cards and everything too.
Yeah.
but-
We've seen some of those slabs on there. He's got a good amount of slabs. So, fuck. Sorry.
Hey, Sam's in the chat.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
Sam.
what's up?
How are you doing?
Hello, Sam.
Actually, let's talk about that. Sam, I was supposed to be on with him on Saturday, but life happens, and I'm going to be on with him soon. It's going to be a good time, and I think I told
He
y'all
asks
already.
He asks the hard hitting questions.
He does,
You've got to
he
be
does.
prepared. You've got to be prepared with your answers,
and you know what?
and you cannot cry.
No,
You cannot cry.
I cannot. I was thinking like, all right, let's desensitize me. Let's not.
Okay,
But
so we're gonna make fun of you.
a
Yeah.
lot
make fun of
this
me. Just
episode.
clown on me. But shout out to him and his family. I know they got some stuff going on, and we're thinking of you. And I already told the boys.
Yeah, of course.
100%. If y'all need anything, let us know. And much love to you guys. But yeah, I can't wait to be on there. I honestly the entire week I was like nervous. I was
Yeah.
nervous because whenever I get serious, I get serious. Whenever there's questions like that are important. Like you don't play around. I know, whenever we were at South by Southwest,
Yeah.
I was trying hard not to cuss, and I went off in the first minute, and but I was good the rest of the time. So I'm very excited to get on, and I can't wait for everybody to listen to that episode whenever it comes out. So I'll be there soon.
I will say it's kind of intimidating going to record Sam's because you
You had a great episode.
Well, it felt real good.
Yeah.
But it's whenever you walk up there because it's a office building,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh shit, man, we're going
He's like legit.
This is like professional,
Dude,
right?
I actually saw a counselor. Used to see a counselor over there.
At that building,
At
yeah.
that building upstairs.
Was it
And,
Sam?
it was Sam. It was 100% Sam.
After you leave, you'd be like, "Fuck, man, I gotta start a podcast with some of this shit."
but man, I'll tell you what. I feel like when people go and talk to him, they come out different people. I think they change a bit.
I mean, he's asking. It's very different show than what any of us are doing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
It's,
getting
you
drunk
know.
and making fun of each other.
Yeah, we're just acting like fools.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't want. I want to be my best
He's
behavior.
trying to make us a better person.
Yeah, he's diving in, asking those questions.
Yeah, and
So,
he if anybody should win best of, I think it should be Sam.
Yeah.
Because he puts out quality things. And speaking of which, hey, vote for us for best stuff for 2023. No, the gauntlet's been thrown, and there's a lot of options now than there were a couple years ago. And I think that the amount of talent, except for the RAP podcast, has been great. It's been fantastic. And I think the other podcasts that we've met in like the past, except for the RAP podcast, have been perfect. The content they put out has been so amazing, except for the RAP podcast. But everyone is getting along just fine. And I'm really pumped
Okay,
for the future
but
of podcasts.
I gotta stop you
and
for a
RAP
second.
podcast.
RIP podcast. We actually do really like you guys.
No, I don't. I hate you. I hate you.
We don't want anybody thinking
First
that.
off, fuck your.
We don't want.
We don't want anybody to think that there's any animosity towards any podcast. We love everybody.
But also, with that said, RIP podcast, you can go fuck yourselves.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna just tell you. I'm gonna tell you real quick what I've been up to.
Yeah.
So I went out to Grapevine
How was that?
and tried out that new Brazilian steakhouse over there.
Oh, tell me more about it.
All right. I will tell you straight up. Texas Day Brazil's got the better salad bar.
Of course, they're unbeatable, unfuckwithable,
Other than that,
unfuckwithable.
that place in Grapevine, Chamagara or whatever, I don't know how.
Fogo
you
de
pronounce
Chão?
it. No, it's not that.
Che Guevara?
Yeah, Che Guevara.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
That place out there, the wait staff, the service is fucking top notch.
You heard us. Sponsor us.
Like straight up.
Yeah, we don't know your name.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit more expensive, like by like maybe $5 or whatever.
Yeah.
They use nothing but USDA prime beef, or all their meats USDA prime. Dude, the lamb was exquisite.
What'd
all
she
the
say?
cuts of
Chama
Chamagacha. Yep, that's it.
Hey, yeah.
Anyways, that place blows.
A Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi Daimaku, the Daimaku.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal. It is so good. Jesse and I went there. We had an early dinner. Got there at 5:30 for a reservation. It wasn't crowded at that point. The staff was so attentive, dude. I mean, but if we were thinking it, they were one step ahead of us, and that's what I love about like a good restaurant like that, where they're not even. It was just like, here's your
They're
drinks, here's your food, all that stuff. Anytime we needed anything, they had it come. I think like either the floor manager or like the GM walked around and he was, is there any particular cuts of meat that you want, over here or anything like that? And
Gotta
they're
do that
like-
rump.
So the one problem I had when we went to Texas Day Brazil is it might have been that it was just so busy.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now, because it was
of
PBR
weekend. It might have been because they were so busy, but it was just like it took a while to get the meats, and then the certain meats that you wanted never showed up.
Well, it's because they were running out. Because when we went, there was like maybe 3 PBR families, like Brazilian families that went for fogo de chao, because that's what that's what they eat over there, and so that's why it was so busy.
Dude, it was phenomenal. I highly recommend. Yeah, it's all you can eat.
Yeah, all you can eat.
So you pay.
Have you
like,
been at?
No.
I know you had this conversation.
families.
Yeah.
It's like $60. It was like $60 without drinks.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is you go to a nice steakhouse, you're gonna get one cut of meat, right? And you might spend anywhere between, let's say you spend like between $35 to $55 on that steak.
Yeah.
Here, you're paying $60 or whatever, but you get to try like, the filet mignon. Oh, I want the filet with bacon. Oh, I want the picanha.
They bring it out on the fucking sword.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
So and you can just eat as much of that as you want, and it's so good. So we went there, and then we went over to Tulips afterwards, and saw. We went and watched Son of Stan, and
Flicker Stick.
Flicker Stick, yeah. And I'll tell you, Flicker Stick, Brandon Lee of Flicker Stick, he is getting up there in his age. But
I thought Brandon Lee was dead.
Spelled differently.
L-E-I?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, so Brandon was the lead singer of Flicker Stick. Flicker Stick had their one song that was really popular.
Crawling in the Dark.
Beautiful.
That was Hoobastank.
That was Hoobastank. Anyways.
Sing it for me. Sing it. Sing me the beautiful song.
I need to I need
Sing.
to play it on here.
I came all the way from down the street, and you're not going to sing for me?
Come on, man. Sing him the song.
I heard it's super bad.
You gonna tell me
He's
came
got a
from,
vo-
he
he's
came from
got-
Scottsdale, Arizona.
He's got a voice of an angel.
Come on, Jimmy's brother.
Sing for us, Jimmy's brother. These eyes cry every day.
Bo-bo-bo.
No, so they put on a good show. The only problem was
No.
the only problem is that quite a bit older. His voice isn't quite the same.
Yeah.
But Flicker Stick was in this thing called Band on the Run, and it was a competition. Basically, they were gonna. It was a competition between a bunch of different bands back in like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And in the finalist got to do a big show.
Ooh.
However, they didn't get to do their big show because it was in New York City, 9/11.
Oh,
that sucks.
Yeah, so they pretty much, that was it, and so.
They could have been a huge band.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I think, and they
What
were
was the band?
Flicker Stick.
Flicker Stick.
I've heard of them, I think.
Everyone has.
I'd play it, but I can't get into my Apple Music right now.
Jay-Z's album came out on 9/11, The Blueprint. That came out then.
Did it affect his?
I don't think it did, but it was one of the most legendary albums of all time.
The Taliban trying to damage my album sales.
What the fuck?
That's like probably on his next record.
Yeah, it was. Actually, there was a track on Watch the Throne. Is he playing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna play. Hang on.
Here, do that. I'm gonna get another drink because I am thirsty and upset.
Why the fuck you upset?
So like this was like
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was a
You
great
hear
song.
that? Oh, duh.
It was quintessential 2000s, you know. Anyways, they put on a great show. It was just, I'm old now, man. I don't want to stand there for so long. My knees were hurting, my feet were hurting. But Son of Stan, they're a local band here in Fort Worth, and they put on an awesome show. Think of like Rocky Horror Picture Show, 80s music. That's very much the style of music that they play, and it's fantastic.
Nice.
I think you'd like it. Anyways, that's all I had going on. So that pretty much sums up our first like 40 at this point.
First 50.
Force 48.
Force 44.
So I'm gonna go
That's
ahead and play
48.
this new intro.
Like a cop
Oh, we got a new
show.
intro?
I've got a new intro, not same song, but just new intro.
Hello, and welcome to the Cult of the Funky Panther. We are coming at you from the city of Fort Worth, located in the heart of Texas. By listening to us, you have now entered a legally binding agreement to join the Cult of the Funky Panther. You will have to make a monthly pilgrimage to the liquor store and deliver one bottle of your choosing to the Panther Den. This pilgrimage must take place either on the 1st or 15th of the month. Failure to do so means you are in breach of contract, and you must then give up your firstborn child to the Order of the Panther, where they will be taught basic combat skills and various life lessons. Now on with the show.
I love it. I love it. I love it. AI is a scary thing, ladies and
That
gentlemen.
was you.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Oh, hello,
Welcome.
everyone.
And welcome to the Funky Panther. Coming at you live from Fort Worth, Texas. We got a wonderful show for you. Tonight, this is episode 147. Don't adjust your screen
I didn't
because
wanna do the kid.
thank God Chad's gone. He's international right now.
Yeah.
So you got us three fools here entertaining you that have been drinking for a minute. There we go. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And let's get into it. I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
And I'm Chad.
And we are
The Funky Panther!
Again, this is episode 2 in the new studio. We hope that the people that have been watching the first 50, because we did 50 minutes of pre-show, I hope you all enjoy it. It's been a great...
Yeah.
And I'm going to assure you that
foreplay.
some of that pre-show is going to end up on this show because
Of course it is, because you run over and it is what it is. We talked about good folk at the chow.
no, we talked about Texas de Brazil
Texas de
and
Brazil.
Chamagacha.
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi, yeah.
Let's see. Let's check the group chat out real quick. Lobster bisque. Lobster bisque sounds amazing right now. Also, Javier. What does it say?
Something Jones.
Javier is.
Jonestown Massacre, yeah.
Let me check my phone. Javier Seed in Jonestown. I guess Herbie is drinking tonight too. So thanks again for joining us tonight.
Our
I know
first intoxicated listener.
Chad was the diarrhea passenger. Oh, from Bridesmaids.
No. Okay, so we're going to get into that.
Oh,
I
Was
wanted
that
to
his
bring-
flight?
Oh, no, it wasn't his flight. But
Oh.
have you not heard about that?
no.
So there was an international flight that was turned around. I think they went back to Atlanta.
I think I heard
Yeah.
about it today.
It's from Atlanta to Greece, wasn't it? Or
Yeah.
something
Hold
like
on.
that?
Angie's
were-
in Greece.
They were 2 hours into their flight.
Angie, did you poo poo?
2 hours into their flight, and they had to come over. Like the pilot had to ask the ATC to turn around for a biohazard issue.
Oh, my.
The dude, somebody shit themselves all the way down the plane.
Oh, no.
Like got up, made a run to the bathroom, and just shat.
Oh, no.
Bro.
Was this a real thing, or was this
No,
like
no,
one
no,
of those
this was
YouTube
real.
pranks?
It was 100% real, and so there's people who love listening to ATC traffic and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like,
I love it. I listen to all 9/11 ATC traffic always.
okay. Anyways, so somebody recorded, they screen grabbed that, and so it's already been released where the pilot's asking to turn back around due to a biohazard, and then they released the
Got
news article.
poo-poo on board.
So I have to say, that wasn't a fear of mine,
You mean,
but
shit
it is
yourself-
now.
dude,
No. Shitting myself in public's one thing,
on a plane,
but shitting yourself on a plane
an aluminum tube.
where you're gonna, you got 2 hours. You're flying already 2 hours out. You got 2 hours back, and you got to look those people in the eye.
Well, here's the thing, though, because looking at the group chat, Hervey said Atlanta to Barcelona.
Yeah, that's
So
where they're
you're
going.
from
Atlanta,
Atlanta,
Barcelona.
You're not too far out. Why can't you just land at the nearest airport, or you just got to go all the way
I think
back?
they turned around and went back.
Because Earth is flat.
Or fly, you just try to fly straight away anyway. It don't matter. But I have a story. I have a story of something like this that has
All right,
happened to me before.
I'm here for a story.
So back when I was young, I used to go to Mexico all the time by myself. Like when I was 15 years old on, I used to take the bus. I'd go over there. I knew where to go. And
Diarrhea.
no, not me. No. So we were coming back. My cousin was with me at the time, and my mom came back for us because she's like, "Oh, well, I'm going to visit my parents, all this stuff." So we're coming back from Mexico to Fort Worth. My cousin's like, "I'll be back." Goes to the bathroom, and when you're in a bus, like you don't have those little things, those nozzles for the air to come down.
Yeah.
So he went took a furious dump, and like that smell came over the fucking air on the air.
No.
It's
Yeah,
shotgun,
dude.
did
And so everyone was like, "What the fuck?" Like it stank the entire bus. And he was walking out of the bathroom. And we were like, "What the fuck, man?" And we were like 16 years old at the time. Imagine the embarrassment. I'm
Is
sorry.
that like one of those mega buses that you picked up at like La Grand Plaza?
Yes.
And then,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
exactly the one. Sorry I had to tell that story, Junior. It just had to be told. But
Well, we didn't know who it was now. Now we know it's Junior.
But it was, but imagine my dismay and my disappointment, where everyone in the bus, like literally, I remember hearing the door open and just looking back, and we're like, "Dude, what the fuck, man?" And he's like, "What the hell happened?" Like, yeah, you should.
That's
You
a.
just shotgunned your fucking
I don't
ass
necessarily.
juice
God.
I don't have an
over our
issue with
face.
that aspect, right?
It's fine. It's bodily function, whatever.
Sure. But I don't know if I'd want to be on the bus knowing that I just pissed off an entire busload of people.
Yeah, especially
And
when
now-
they were,
And
especially when they're eating
they're
sloppy
all
joes.
smelling your shit.
Dude, that's like the worst, man. I mean, like, it's like one of those things where before I fly, I try to like go to the bathroom as much as
Do
I
an
can
enema.
before the flight because I'll piss in the bathroom because you know me, I hate flying. I got to get really drunk. So I will evac everything and like have a little bit of nibbles to eat and get drunk and I'm straight. I'll go pee. That's it. Like the fear is
Why
always.
don't you take the alcohol up your ass?
You don't
So-
boof.
Am I
Wait.
Steve-O? What am I? Like, I'm not gonna.
You're not boofing.
I'm not boofing.
Not boofing.
I'm not gonna boof. But
Is that
like,
what it's called?
Yeah.
Boofing?
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
This is when you stick. Yeah.
They used to call it butt chugging.
butt chugging.
yeah.
Yes. But no, fuck
Boofing.
that.
The kids they call it boofing.
Yeah. No, fuck all
But
that.
then you
dude.
wouldn't have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
So
but you
wouldn't
know,
take in as
but
much.
I'm a charming drunk when I'm on a plane. Whenever I was single, like I used to fly from
Charming
Denver.
drunk.
Hang
You're
on.
like Hugh Hefner.
Yes.
You think you're charming, but we had you drunk on the fucking boat, and you were
I blacked out on the boat.
obnoxious
I
on
was
the
very
boat.
obnoxious. It was terrible. It was the worst.
Basically James Dean.
Let's
but-
see. Let's see. Fan favorite Gladys. Have y'all ever ridden a Mexican travel bus from one state to another? You never ride in the back, third or half. That's exactly. It was like
'Cause the
this
fucking
had to
beans.
be. This had to be like maybe
The
20 years
frijoles.
ago, but it was like El Conejo. Everybody knows El Conejo. I'm not really sure if it's still around because I haven't ridden El Conejo in a long time, but
But I even know what you're talking about.
it's like yeah,
I
it's
used to
over
see.
there
I
off
used to
of
see those.
Hemphill.
Yeah, I used to see them all the time.
Yeah, but it was the worst, man, because I used to love doing it because I was 15 years old going by myself. I felt like a big fucking man. So do you remember El Conejo?
I was working at the QT in Northside one time, and one of those buses pulled
Yeah,
up
yeah,
and like
yeah.
unloaded shit, and they all came in.
Yeah.
And they were just like, they just came straight from Mexico, and I was like, fuck. I was like, es todo.
But man, yeah, I'm gonna on the group chat. Javier was a drug mule. No, no. That was 20 years ago. Is there
His
statute
prison
of
wallet.
limitations?
Yes.
Is there?
Yeah. I think you're. I think you're out. I think you're in the clear now.
I'm straight. And then Gladys said, I think it is Tornado, Turimex, Coneco, and some other stuff. Yes, there. And my sister, she hates flying, so she'll only take the buses.
Really?
But yeah, but
Like the one that just came up.
the other one, she hates it. It's
She
like
hates it.
3 hours from here to Chihuahua. She hates it. I don't know why. She needs to get over it, Scarlett. But yeah, man, that was the
Yeah,
fear.
how long of a bus ride is that the Chihuahua?
It's maybe about I'm not sure because I've never taken it from here to Chihuahua. I've always ridden it from here to Monterrey, and so it's usually like about You leave at night, you get there in the morning. So maybe about 15 hours or so. Because you get the longest wait's 3 hours in the border for the Betamiso, like, they check your shit.
Because, I mean, it's almost like it's close to 10 hours just to go to El Paso.
Pay someone $20 and the charges disappear. That's correct. But no, like, that was a big fear of mine. That's why I always evac everything before I fly or get on a bus. Because there was only, like, maybe 2 stops whenever you're on a bus. And I loved riding the bus because they'd always play movies. And they'd give you chips and soda. So we'd always, like, fill, like, our...
I've never ridden a bus for, like...
I've always wanted to take the mega bus from here to Austin.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah. We'll do that soon. I've taken the Amtrak from here to Austin. I've gotten drunk on the Amtrak because they got that little drink place to go into.
I never thought about taking the Amtrak down to Austin.
Speaking of which, like, if you ever have, like, maybe a weekend free and you want to go to Austin, take the Amtrak to Austin.
Man, I took the Amtrak up to
you'll get drunk, and also it takes you through the back roads of Texas.
I took the Amtrak up to Canada, and on the way up there it was great. On the way back, the seats that we got were up against the like bulkhead of the back of the train, so you couldn't recline them. And so I had to sit up straight for like
oh, that's true,
a few hours.
Yes, and I snored a lot,
and it wasn't really that comfortable either. The train up there to Canada, they had like these really plush, almost like leather seats. They were almost like first class seats. Fantastic.
On the group chat now, now I have to ask, how do you feel about Volaris since you only fly? I don't know what that. I can't tell you the last time I flew. Like, I don't know what is that, like the small jet, private jet company. I know there's a small one that goes from here to Lajitas in Big Bend.
Is there?
Yeah, it's like a small little private jet.
I thought about. Have you seen those where it's like it's not like private jet, but you get some of the same benefits. So it's a private charter, but you just book your seat. So it's like a smaller.
Oh, it's the Spirit Airlines of Mexico. I don't know. I've only done the only Mexican airline I've done is Aeromexico, but I've never done any other one. That's Volaris. They fly from the most major U.S. cities to Mexico, all around Mexico. JSX is the one that goes to Lajitas and like the smaller cities.
I wonder how that airline would be.
I think it's fine. I mean, one of the radio personalities on 105 through the fan just took it to like Vegas or something. But like I rode Ryanair when I was in France, which is like the Spirit of Europe, and it was shit. I thought that plane was going to crash because there was like a bunch of kids from a soccer team. Like, they were flying to Ireland, and that's, like, straight-up movie shit.
Yeah, it's like real life.
Like
you're
alive.
going to end up being a cannibal at some point.
You're going to get eaten.
I'm going to get eaten by sharks on the fucking...
Or you're going to end up on some rock, and they're going to eat you.
On the mountainside. Yeah, no, fuck that. But, yeah, I hate flying. Flying is a shit, and so is... Bus riding's fun.
Man, I don't have any problems flying.
Well, I mean, like...
I'm more terrified of
just hate
taking
all
the train.
Fucking security and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I was...
They're all bad, and you're like...
I used to date a girl who had like what's that thing called? Like a global entry.
Yeah, the one of those like fancy
TSA,
passes. Yeah.
So she's like, we didn't have to take our shoes off.
Yeah.
Like they did a pre-check. I was on that. Oh, I wonder if I still have it. But
what I thought was weird was so my first international flight, whenever I was flying back out of a country, I think it was either Mexico or Cuba. Both of them, actually. I thought I was going to have to take my shoes off. So I started taking my shoes off, and they're like...
No, we don't do that here.
Yeah. only in the United States that you have to take your shoes off.
And
it's all because we had one dude that snuck some sort of bomb in his shoe that you couldn't light the fuse off.
Thanks a lot, Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he probably his name was Richard.
His name was Richard.
Yeah.
It was.
Dick.
I'm very attuned to these. Like, I tell you whenever, like... I don't know why I hate flying so much. The only flight that I knew I was comfortable with was my bachelor, not mine, one of my favorite, like Anthony's bachelor party. It was a bachelorette party.
Yeah.
And so everyone I cared about was on a plane. And I was like, if this thing goes, we all go. It's very selfish to say.
I mean, I was on one flight, and it was actually Jesse and I's first trip that we took together. We flew to Florida. And the flight to Florida was a little rough, and it usually is kind of a little rough going into Florida because they have storms and all that stuff all the time. Yeah. Coming back, though, that was the worst flight I've ever been on. And I will tell you straight up, I kept my cool, but internally I was like, we're going to crash. And I'd flown a bunch at that point, but I was like, I truly believe that this plane is going to fucking crash. And we got onto the ground, and Jesse was already freaked out about flying anyways. So we get onto the ground, and afterwards I was like, I thought we were going to crash. She's like, oh, I thought it was just me. I was like, no, that was like the worst plane ride I've ever been on. And I legitimately, and I was like, I'm not kidding, I thought we were actually going to crash.
Jarrod, where have you gone where you thought the plane rides were trash? This became a travel episode. I don't know where it
Yeah,
came
whatever.
from, but
That's fun.
In my many travels, oh,
back in my private jet.
I don't know. The only one is because I get motion sickness. So if whenever we were coming back from Denver one time, it was just a rough flight, and I just remember getting almost sick, and I was like, I'm about to have to puke in one of these little baggies, and it was not going to be fun. But I didn't have to, so
What is that?
there's that. But other than that, like flight wise, I've flown a lot, but none stand out to me that were just horrible. So it's surprising though what you can get out of DFW airport, but you can't get out of others.
Yeah.
Because like I went to 2 different times. My friend Ryan one time had a keychain that had a bullet on there, one of those kind of keychains.
Yeah.
He was able to fly out of DFW airport to Vegas, and then when coming back, they got him for it, and they said he couldn't have it on there, so they confiscated it. And then I was like, okay, I mean, obviously, yeah, but it's a novelty item, but I get it, whatever. And then same thing, I flew out, and I had a pocket knife in my bag that I didn't know about, and then coming back from Vegas, they caught me again. I was like, fuck. I was like, and my ex-wife's uncle had given me that knife, and he was like,
no.
don't you lose this. And I was like, okay, yes, sir.
Hey, but it's
And-
okay. She's your ex.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, shit doesn't matter anymore.
I was still married at the time, so I was just like, fuck. And I had to just let him toss it. And
No, at that point, like, is there a way to, like, just say, be like, hey, can I just send it?
I think you have to leave the airport.
you literally have to get out of line, go to the
damn.
mail place or whatever, and ship it back, or you just cut your losses.
I remember hiding a pocket knife
In his ass.
in your prison wallet.
No, outside of Six Flags.
This watch
butt
in my
cheeks.
ass.
Because you couldn't bring a knife in back whenever they
Dude.
started doing the what's it called?
My sister-in-law.
I
when
always
she-
put everything in a locker there.
That's
I'd rent
smart.
a locker
That's a
at the
smart-
beginning.
Yeah, but you couldn't go in. I'm talking about like they wouldn't let you in the gate because they were doing they had the not X-ray machine but the metal detector.
Yeah. So, like, for my sister-in-law's graduation, when it was she graduated from TCU, like, my keychain had my Supreme, like, pocket knife. And I paid a lot of money for that shit.
I'm sure you did.
And so, like, they're like, hey, we can't accept you. You got this pocket knife. I'm like, it's a keychain. And they're like, nope, get out. And so, like, I got out of line.
You
I was
start
like,
trying
I
to cut
can't.
people?
I was like, I can't.
I'll fucking kill you.
Go stabby here.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to walk back to my car because it was like fucking like 10-minute walk.
You just shoved it up your butt.
Did you
right?
hide it somewhere?
I did.
Yeah.
I acted like,
In your
I was
butt.
like around the little garden area. I acted like I was tying my shoes and I stuffed it in the soil.
That's exactly what I did.
And like I went in, left, and it was still there.
Uh-huh.
And so, dude, terrorism. I mean, no, not terrorism, but
Well, they kept you from being a terrorist.
true, yes. But also, I've seen this
Yes.
happen for people. Like people record those videos before they go to ACL, like a month before.
Oh, where
they bury
yeah,
a
they bury the
bottle,
liquor. Yeah.
and then like
I've
when
seen
they
that
come
too,
back
yeah.
for
So
ACL.
I was I got to work with the UBW people. So Disco Donnie is the production company that puts on a lot of these big festivals.
Yeah.
So UBW comes
Yes.
through, and I got to learn a little bit about the ins and outs and how they plan everything. They actually have people out there with these dogs, and these dogs don't only sniff out drugs, but they sniff out alcohol, they sniff out bombs, they do all that stuff, and they walk the fields looking for that shit. And
Oh,
trying
damn.
and they recover a lot of shit that people go out there like weeks before and bury.
People hide their bombs out there.
The problem is though, you got to make sure that you're not burying it. It'd be my luck. I'd go out there and bury a bottle of vodka or something, and it'd be underneath the fucking stage.
Yeah.
Well, I know where the stage is at, though. I know where like the setup is, so I know where
Yeah, but
to
they did,
bury it.
Yeah, but they didn't. You know, if you didn't
But
know,
it would still be there. So all you
So-
have to do is just
I think
tunnel
this,
under the stage.
this feels like deja vu. So I think you can self-mail it. Gladys says, but like I know whenever Tammy was in Denver, you can't. This is a separate story. The alcohol is getting to me now.
I'm like,
So-
I haven't heard any.
So
I'm still trying to process this.
I'm sorry.
thought.
I'm sorry. So when she was in Denver, she's like, "I'm gonna mail you this weed. I'm gonna email you. I'm gonna mail you this
Email
marijuana.
you weed.
I'm gonna mail you this like tea stuff, just chocolate, marijuana, all that stuff
Yeah.
through UPS." And she sent it, and there were some things missing from it. And then she's like, "What the fuck?" Like she ordered this like chocolate.
They had
Like-
to have their dad tax.
And so she's yes. So she's like, some motherfucker probably said there's weed in here. Open it up. Said,
I
you know
don't
what?
fucking care. I'm gonna take some though.
I'm gonna take these chocolate bars.
Send him a message.
And then she put the name under the owner of Angelo's Barbecue because she worked there. And so she's like, whatever, and then sent it in. But yeah, that was funny. On the group chat, I think you can self mail it. Did I already say that? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if I'm not going to say that because
It does
I don't
that
want to get you in
sometimes.
trouble.
I can't even.
Cut a hole in the tree trunk and hide it in there. Put a fake owl in a hole so no one messes with it.
Fake out.
I'm going to do that next time.
That's so fucking elaborate, you know?
If we weren't going to see Postal Service and Death Cab in October,
Yeah.
then I would totally like, dude, the lineup for ACL like,
looks good.
It looks amazing. I love it. I love Austin as a city. I just love it. Everything Austin is great. I love you.
Sir, you're not I'm just gonna cut you off now. You've gotten really
You on ecstasy?
La 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 la.
you've gotten really feely with the table all of a sudden.
How many
And,
years
uh,
on ecstasy?
It's not an old
you don't
table,
get
it's a good
you don't get the
table.
drink as much now.
Yes, I do.
You gotta chill out.
I only had a chicken fried steak for lunch. Hey, so
Chicken
let
fried-
me
Dude,
ask you.
that sounds good.
Now that we're talking about concerts and stuff and music, what is one show that you wish you can relive?
That I wish I could relive.
Yes.
Oh man, Blink-182, Jimmy Eat World, and Green Day.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It was a great concert.
Was it like back in the day whenever
yeah,
there was
2002 maybe.
Yeah. What was the one song that you listened to whenever it was like the favorite song you went out there to listen to for?
Dookie, Green Day Dookie.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear
Oh,
that
wow.
whole album. They
Okay.
were playing that. They played most of that. They played a lot of that album. So the song "When I Come Around"
When I come
I was
around.
really
I come
that and Basket Case.
around.
When they played Basket Case, I went fucking nuts.
What's your favorite Green Day song?
Oh,
Wake me up.
no. So there's I can't remember the name of it, but it's it's kind of a creepy song, and I think it's a. Hang on, I have to look it up. Anyways, you come back to me. I'll tell you in a second.
Mine's Nice Guys Finished Last. It's
Nice
like the
Guys Finished
quintessential.
Last.
That's the quintessential '90s song almost. Other than Harvey Danger's "Flag Posted."
I don't know if I have a favorite Green Day
Oh,
song.
that was a great song.
That was a damn good song.
Paranoia. Everybody's
Paranoia,
trying to get me.
paranoia.
FOD all by myself. So it was 2 songs. It's 5 minutes and 47 seconds long, and it was FOD. You would listen to that, and then it was just kind of
Nobody
like
was
long pause.
looking. I was all by myself.
Yeah, I loved that
It
song.
was like a secret song
Yeah.
or something.
It's like that Blink-182 one we talked about last week
Yeah.
or a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
From Take Off Your Pants.
That
and
was the
Jacket.
cool thing back then. Whenever there was like always myths, like I heard there's a secret song at the end of the Korn album, or
And then you'd have to
something.
listen.
And then you'd have to listen
And
so
you're like,
long.
oh,
You're
that-
like, oh my god, I heard it.
Oh, that track is like, it's like 10 minutes long, and so you knew there was like a secret-
Yeah.
Dude, that was me whenever I listened to the Blueprint, the last track, which was like one of the most legendary tracks because it was the one with Eminem. It was Renegade. Oh, it wasn't the last track. Renegade had Eminem, and Eminem, like it's famously known that Eminem's verse on Renegade was the greatest like feature because like he took over Jay-Z's track. That was like amazing. It was an
Fuck
amazing
yeah.
song. But also the last track
my boy.
on the Blueprints album was like had a remix of Girls, Girls, Girls and like other songs, which like
Motley Crue.
yes. But but I listened to that on my way to Chihuahua. But also an album I listened to constantly that trip was Lateralis.
Tool.
Tool's Lateralis.
I like Anima better.
Oh my god. Really?
Yeah.
Man, Lateralis. For me, that was the first time I listened to Tool. Because Gil had it. Me and Gil like had albums that we traded to just listen to.
The album for me was like better just because that was what I first got introduced to, and there's so many songs that tie back to that time and everything, and you just hear them. You're just like, I saw them in concert, not this past January, but January before last, and they did like one show at American Airlines, and it was pretty cool. But they did a few new songs, or like a few old songs, but a lot of new songs. And I was just like, I don't even know these songs, so we left early.
Wow.
All right, so I wanted to bring this up. You know, Jarrod likes to get in these conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I recently saw a TikTok, and a guy was talking about how this firefighter, Canadian firefighter, went through a portal and ended up
A porthole?
a portal, and ended up. He started off over like up in New York, and then 6 days later was found in California, Sacramento.
That's
He has
kinda
no
cool.
recollection of how he got there.
I think I remember hearing that.
Or any of that stuff, right? And so the guy tied it into, you know, the national park systems and stuff like that, how people just disappear and never to be found. Well, this guy, he left to go get his cell phone or something. And so he went back to the car and then never came back. And his friends, freaked out. And then 6 days later, he calls his wife up in Sacramento, like, hey, I'm here. So I started digging into it. I'm like, there's no way it's like some sort of portal, right? And so the news article I found, it talks about Toronto firefighter who disappeared on ski trip recounts baffling journey that took him across the United States. So he goes on an annual ski trip, Lake Placid, New York, with other colleagues from the fire service in Toronto, and he had forgotten to bring a camera to the lodge where he was unwinding with friends about halfway up Whiteface Mountain. So he told his friends he was going to ski back down to the car and get the camera. And he just never shows back up. So he vaguely remembers getting into it. Well, he's getting fed all this stuff, all right? So he believes he ended up in a truck, an 18-wheeler. Like he started skiing and found this lodge, and the lodge was empty. There was nobody there. So now I'm reading as he's recounting. I'm like, oh, dude, this guy went into the forgotten world, right?
Yeah.
So he's upside down world or whatever it is. There's nobody there. Well, then he ends up flagging down a truck, gets on the truck, and then he's in and out of consciousness. And the next thing he knows, he's waking up, and the guy's like, this is the end of the road. And it's Sacramento. So he gets out in Sacramento. Now, he went from Lake Placid, New York to Sacramento, so cross country. And he has no idea where he's at. He had some cash on him, some credit cards. He finally finds a store that will allow him to buy an iPhone without having an ID.
Holy shit.
He's able to get a phone. He doesn't know his wife's number. He starts getting on Facebook or something and finds that he's missing. And so he ends up calling the police, and then that's how they orchestrate it. But the dude has no memory, and so what they think what they're saying is that he has amnesia from hitting his head or whatever.
Dude, I think my boy just got drunk and wanted to hang out with some dudes, went to a strip club. He's like, hey, let's keep the party going. Let's go to a fucking Vegas.
This has Doc Brown written all over
It does, man.
Marty, you got to fuck your kids, Marty.
It does, 100%. He doesn't know.
We're going to go back to Sacramento.
But everything's all speculation, right? Because he has no way of filling in the gaps, and there's no truck driver that's come forward and be like, oh, yeah, I gave him a ride.
And who's going to watch the news and look out for shit like that, though?
But you would think that somebody would be like, oh, my gosh, this story's insane. Yeah, I was that truck driver, and it would come forward and say, yeah, I gave him a ride because, he wanted a ride.
On the group chat, sounds like he jumped on a Mexican bus. Fucking shit. Or sounds like he either got drugged or ended up with a concussion.
That's what that's the theory, is that he had a concussion. Is that he hit his head? No. I think he fell down, hit his head, or something like that, somewhere by the bunny slope. And there was the lodge that he came across that nobody was there was the bunny slope lodge, and it would be closed around the time that.
It's weird you say that because in the group chat, ski accidents that end in concussions happen often. Sonny Bono died like that when he hit a tree.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize, man, you have a yard sale whenever you're skiing, all your shit goes everywhere, right? and you smack your head on the. Have you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like
a very wild description of what
They call it a yard
It's
sale.
very insensitive to yard sellers and resellers.
Good Lord.
They call it a yard sale because like whenever you fall, like your skis go and it's all over the yard, man. It's like just you got shit spread out
And then
everywhere.
people come buy them from you.
Yeah.
There are things I don't do.
Yeah. How
I've-
much for
I've-
this jaw?
I've snowboarded twice, and that's it.
Were you successful at it?
I was, only that like my
Once.
legs were hurting and my back was hurting.
Yeah, I was never.
that's
I
it.
was not very good at snowboarding.
And I was at
I've never done snow shit.
dude.
It's kind of terrifying. Like
I've never even ice skated.
because with my luck, I would be like, okay, you got the choice, right? Black diamond this way or double black diamond, and then it's like the green trail, and somehow my ass is going, and I can't control it, and I'm going black diamond
Ah, black diamond.
off the fucking side of the mountain, and down I go.
That was my dream whenever I used to play N64, like 1080 snowboarding.
Is to be a
I'm
snowboarder.
like, fuck. Let me get that black diamond, baby. Let me get it.
I never played that game that
It
much.
was really
It
good.
was
I
pretty
got
good.
it. I got it at the house.
Do you?
Come over.
What?
Yeah, man. Y'all come over. You know what? Let's all go over, hang out with some pets. You know, play with a cat. You know,
We moved the podcast away from your house. You're like, someone come over. Hang out with me.
please hang out with us.
I live with my girlfriend now.
I need friends. I ran actually. I ran into Anthony. I hadn't seen Anthony since
Come
like
see me.
Ernie
please.
Day, like Ernie Day, because I was like the big fight was that night.
Yeah.
and I went
Anthony
over.
was there?
And no, he wasn't. He was no. I saw Anthony. Me and Tammy were going to Chewy's on Sunday for breakfast lunch.
Oh.
And like I ran into him. He was going into the meat market. I was like, "Hey," and we talked for a bit. But I'm like, the last time I saw Anthony, whatever. It's not a part of the podcast. Whatever. It's
I saw Javier at Albertsons
you did yesterday.
on,
Yesterday.
was it Monday? Or, no, Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
You sure? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we were buying groceries.
I bought groceries
Did
as
I get
well.
griped at?
No. I was I had a message.
I was going to say Tammy.
No. Okay. You gotten off the rails here. bud.
Sorry, man. Hey, man.
All right, so-
don't do drugs.
Javier, you had a few questions you wanted to ask Jerry.
Hey, yeah, I did.
Oh.
actually.
So number one,
Hey,
how,
Is it some of these?
how does it feel getting close to 40?
Fuck y'all.
Yeah, because you made this a big deal whenever you talked with Dank, and age was a thing.
I don't know. It just,
Whatever.
I don't feel like I'm that old. Like I still feel, I don't know
It's
what
a
age
fucking paradox.
I
it
don't know
feels
what
like.
age I feel, but I don't feel like I'm as old as I am.
Right. I look at my
Because I'll be 39 in December.
yeah. I look at
And
my
I'm
age and I'm like,
fuck, I'm almost 40.
there's no way that I'm.
There, you know what? I think about that too, because like I still think that I'm like 36 or like 35 or 34.
I feel like I'm
Sometimes
like-
I think
I
I'm
don't
like
even know.
like 30.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like our generation, the way it was now, like then, like maybe like 50 years ago, like we would have already had grandkids. You know,
Do you think it's just like we've dealt with so much trauma in our lifetime just from all the world that we are stuck kind of
I
feeling
just-
like we're at a younger age or
so yes, I feel like I mean like I think back to where my parents were at my age, because like my dad was already divorced from my mom when he was like 34
and had 15
33,
kids already,
yes,
right? Yeah.
100%.
Dang.
Yeah.
But it's like, looking back at my past.
It's not
I
a
know-
stereotype.
I know.
It's real.
Yeah, it is, you racist. No, looking back at my parents when they used to party with their friends, and they were like in their late 20s, early 30s.
Are these like swinger parties?
No. God damn it. We'd hang out
Is
with
that
our
what
kids.
are on those tapes?
We'd,
Yeah,
like-
go to bed.
Did you ever watch the Ninja Turtles like fucking live show where it's like, we're out of our shells?
The rock concert
Yeah.
one?
Fuck, that sucked ass.
It looks so stupid.
But I was a kid. I was like, I love it. So they got all of us kids together. Like looking back, that's the age I'm at right now is when they were doing all that stuff. And like, it's wild thinking about. I feel like now, like how we're living is like light years from how
I
they
enjoy not having children, you know?
were. Me too. Like
I
I
do too.
I love the cats. I love Bubba. And we've talked about kids. We've talked about having kids already. But like I'm enjoying the time we have now. Like I'm enjoying this. I enjoy the times that we record.
How old is she?
She's 33. She's 30. She's in her early.
Does
30s.
she want kids?
Well, we've talked about in the past she was against kids, and so as our relationship has gone on, she's like, maybe, I think it's fine. So like we've talked about like having kids and how many kids, because like, you know, my grandma and my grandpa from both sides, they each had at least like 13 to 15 kids.
Golly.
You better start fucking.
It's a problem. I need, what's that thing that I don't know. I have
Viagra?
Yes, I need that. A Blue Chew.
They
whatever.
make mints now.
I see.
apparently.
Yes, I see all the ads all the time.
Mint.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
That's kind of fun.
but we've talked about it, and I think like I'm not going to be an old dad if we think.
I know that's my thing is I don't want to be some fucking grandpa dad.
My dad was in his like I think he was like 47 when I was born.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm going to go to the group chat real quick. Sam just commented with something. Culture and social circles make you feel a certain age. So young things feel young. So old people things feel older.
Yeah, 100%. Because we kind of associate with a lot of younger people, really.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, Jordan's
in her early 30s.
Yeah,
She just turned 30.
Just turned 30.
Kate is like 24.
Right.
Like all of our adult
Ernie's
friends.
in his 20s.
Yeah.
I mean,
They're all
yeah.
I mean, all of our friends that we grew up with, they have kids. They have
Yeah.
their families. They're set.
Except
and,
me.
And what Corey said on the chat, kids aren't for everyone. And but it is amazing. Like I mean, like I had to help raise my brothers and sister because their dad was a piece of shit.
Like I have a hard time. I have a hard time just sitting here thinking. And again, like this is no offense to anybody who has kids. It's just like I can't put myself in the same mindset of like waking up one day and being like, yeah, I want to raise a child. Like I have a hard enough time with like my dogs, you know.
Yeah.
I can't imagine having a child that I'm literally going to be a part of their life until I die.
Yeah. Yeah.
That just blows my mind. And so also I'm selfish, man. And people,
that's a good thing to be selfish.
People say this. People say, "Oh yeah, you can still do all the things with kids and all that stuff." And our generation's trying to prove that.
Yes.
And I saw that. Actually, I don't think it's our generation. I think it's a generation
before us.
No, now like the.
Oh, you mean like?
Because I mean, I'm at a music festival. I'm at a metal, like literally, it's a metal festival, and there are these girls and these guys, and they have strollers out there pushing these kids around in like 200 degree weather. They've got their earphones over the kids. Like, I mean, these are babies, and they're trying to go to these festivals, right? And I'm like, nah, I'm not about that life.
Festival babies.
I don't want to try to travel with kids. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I can't even fathom doing that. So, you know, for me, it's just
because as a kid, we always every summer we took like a 2-week vacation. We would drive somewhere in my mom's fucking Ford Taurus, and we would take a 2-week vacation. And we went to a bunch of cool places.
You know why y'all drove?
I didn't appreciate them as
had
a
nothing
kid.
to do with money. It's because they don't want to put some screaming ass kids on an airplane.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, I don't know.
But we drove, but we saw like the Grand Canyon. We saw all this stuff, but I didn't appreciate it as a kid. And I'm just like, quit taking your kids to this. They don't care.
I mean,
well, that's a good thing that you were able to do that because, like, for me, it was just like getting in a car when we could, driving to Mexico and the same place.
Yeah.
I'm not hating
like
it against it. I'm
a
not
lot of my
against it.
Mexican friends, like if they went anywhere, oh, we're going out of town this weekend. Oh, where are you going, Mexico? I was like,
But
oh,
look, I'll tell you what, my greatest memories and the greatest times I've had have been like when I go to the farms of Zacatecas, where my dad's from, and like where there's no light pollution, you're able to see like everything in the sky.
that's fucking crazy.
Versus like
Creepy,
the city life of Monterrey, Mexico, where it's like the biggest like business area Mexico has to offer, bigger than Mexico City, and like you're every night on the street going down getting like corn on a cob that they're roasting, getting fruit, or like going to pay like 10 cents for like a hamburger that's like done by way better places that they have here. Like, it's crazy the life you live whenever you're traveling about in those places with your family.
I mean, I was happy with my family. Like we went out to Corpus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I went to Carlsbad Caverns. I thought that was the coolest
I
shit
loved
ever.
it whenever I went over there. I loved it.
But I mean, I just can't imagine trying to travel with kids and keep it.
True.
Dude, I have a hard time keeping up with my own shit.
Yeah.
I'm one of those travelers. I'm double checking to make sure. Do I still have my passport? Do I still have my wallet? Do I still have this? Like I'm checking my bag, and like freaking out if I can't find it right away.
Yeah.
And so I can't even imagine trying. My luck is I would end up pulling a Home Alone and leaving my fucking kid either at the house or he'd get on some other plane and fly to New York and have to live some sort of crazy adventure.
Yeah.
Well, that was my biggest fear too, flying like overseas, is being stuck there or something, because
You can't come back. You don't have your passport.
Whenever I first got married, I went to Ireland, and
Ooh, did you go to Temple Bar?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah. And we went there, but I ran out of underwear like partway through the trip, and I had to buy underwear there. And the stuff I wear is called midway brief, so it comes down pretty damn long. Like they come down almost to your knees. And the only thing they had comparable was like these little, like, they look like little wrestling like posing trunks or something. So I always called them my Irish man panties. And that was the closest thing, because I didn't think ahead for that.
Yeah.
So till this day, now whenever I go on a trip, I pack every fucking pair of underwear
Dude,
I own.
it's weird.
I'm
I do that too.
I'm not coming close to running out of underwear on this
Like
trip.
we went to Tennessee a couple years ago, and that's the one thing I made sure I had enough of.
If it's a
It's
3-day
underwear.
trip, I'm taking 38 pairs of
Yeah,
underwear.
for sure.
I'm not one of those, man.
No?
No, I just
don't
plan out
give
my
a
days,
fuck.
man.
I think you're a loose
Yeah.
living man. I think you.
I think in some cases I am, but in other ways, like I am very rigid.
There's some shit I'm nowhere near coming close to like running out of. It's just you can't replace your underwear
You really
on the
can't.
fly on a trip.
No.
You have those certain things that you just figure out, and especially when you're overseas, their clothing is not the same over there. So
That's
even t-shirts, I bought a t-shirt over there, and I was just like, it's just a weird fit.
Yeah, no, whenever we were in London, same thing, it's kind of one of those things where we were looking for pubs to go to, and, we ran into one. It was the Red Lion that was, like, after, like, people got off from the stock market. People were, like, dressed up really nice. And we're like, this is too nice for us. Let's go. Hey, look. I'm like, hey, I found downstairs. And I go downstairs, a bunch of Americans. I'm like, holy shit, this is weird. Same
Like
thing
an
happened in
Underground
Ireland.
Railroad?
Yeah, pretty much. And I went to Ireland, same thing. Like downstairs where the locals were, they were like singing the fucking Friends theme, like singing like fucking American TV show theme songs.
They just think that's what we listen to all
Yep.
the time.
And then upstairs was like the fucking Irish people, Irish jig music. And
It was cool because we went back there for New Year's in 2019. And it was pretty cool because we went to this Irish show, and sure fucking enough, like, dude, I always get pulled on stage for this kind of shit. And they were like, we're gonna do the Titanic dance, and they were just like, we're gonna pull people from the audience. And I was just like, I'm gonna get picked. And then I was sitting there, and then sure enough, oh, do you want to go up there? I was like, fuck. And my wife at the time, Ashley, she was like, just go up there. You're not. I was like, all right, whatever. So I get up there, and I'm doing this little fucking dance and shit. They're teaching you how to do the dance.
The Irish jig or
yeah,
whatever.
little
yeah.
Irish jig that
they're
they
like,
do.
this is how you do the Soldier Boy.
So I had to do that in fucking Ireland.
That's what they did in Titanic, right?
Yes, the Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
So I had to get up on stage and do that dance for a bunch of fucking Irish people. So that was kind of fun. And then it was cool because they played the Whiskey in the Jar, which Metallica
Oh, I fucking
did,
love Whiskey in a
but
Jar.
they
by
always do that
Metallica.
song there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's a whiskey in the jar."
I'm like, that's not how you do it. Metallica did it better.
I know. I was like, "This is a Metallica song. Where's all the guitars?"
We should
at?
play it in night two of like when they were here. I wanted to listen to one of that was the song to listen to.
I love
It'd be
that
that
song.
song. I listened to that song in Mexico. I would stay up until like 6 a.m. and I would watch MTV because we didn't have cable at the house, and my grandparents did in Mexico. I would watch. That's how I got my love from like rock music, was because of Mexico. So shout out to Mexico for living.
We went to Mazatlan, Mexico.
Oh yeah, I went there too.
And we took a taxi into the market or whatever, and it was like a golf cart, and they had this little like sound system in there. It was playing like Backstreet Boys, and then it plays Snoop Dogg, it was this song that let me hear you say woof motherfucker. Bow wow wow. It was this song that right when he gets over, my brother like leans to me, he goes, "Don't you have that CD?" And I was like, "Shut up." Because I was like a teenager and my parents didn't allow me to have like that kind of music and stuff. But that fucking asshole Mexican cab driver
Hey, man, come
playing
on.
it.
God damn.
And then he switched to like Backstreet Boys the next thing. And he was just like, these are white people. They want to hear this music. I was like, man, it's not our mix.
Did Gavin
man.
end up ratting you out?
Yeah, a little asshole. But I didn't get in trouble.
Oh, you just got your shit taken from you? All right.
Nah.
No?
I have my Snoop collection. So
Man.
I've still got my fucking Case Logic, like,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh,
I've still got my binder.
It's funny you say that because, like, my BMW is at the shop and it's outside the gate. And, like, it's kind of like, I haven't driven it in a
Where
couple
are
months.
you going with this?
My Case Logic
Oh.
CDs were in that BMW, and somebody had gotten in there because the door was loose, and it's just chilling there. And I'm like, please don't take my CDs. Don't
You
take
got to
my Case
move them to the
Logic."
trunk, man.
I took them. I took the Case Logic. They were still there with my racquetball racket. Very white, I know. But like, but I was like, oh my God, it's
White
still
people
there.
sports.
Because when I was moving things over the other night, so I still have all of my notes from high school, like, you know, those notes that girls write,
Yeah.
and all of my pictures, and like all of my Playboys were there.
Jesus.
And so it was this
They all
one,
stuck together?
but there was one magazine that was there from like fall 2001, and I kept it because I was like, I'm keeping this. It might make
Because it was
sense.
9/11?
Yes. No, but I was going through like
We're just gonna tie. it
I
back
was
to it.
going through like the fads and trends like back then versus now.
Yeah.
You know, they had a pair of Oakleys that like you wore right here, but they wrapped
Yeah,
around.
Yeah, fucking
The center-
Flavor Flav was like wearing those.
Dude, like that kind of style, looking back at it, I'm like, what the fuck were people thinking?
Well, I've been watching a lot of like old wrestling lately.
Yeah.
I just have it on. It's from like probably 97, 98.
It was like 99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raw. And it's always, this episode is sponsored by Super Soaker or whatever. It's like these brands that don't really exist anymore. And you're just like, wow, that was and then I saw like Cinnaburst gum, Fruitaburst, all that. I was like, oh my.
You could still get those Oakleys though. They're you can get them on eBay and
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Why would you want 'em,
Find them on
though?
Temu.
Yeah, I bet you they got
Yeah.
them there.
But somebody, I read a comment on Reddit. Someone was like, I asked my parents to buy these for me, and they're like, you're never going to wear them. And like, I'm pretty
Look
sure.
at me now.
Like, sure as shit. Like, why would you wear that shit?
The only person I ever remember wearing those is Flavor Flav. And maybe like a wrestler, but
Of course.
probably Scotty Too Hottie or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
R.I.P.
Grandmaster Sexay.
R.I.P. They're both dead, right?
No, Scotty Too Hottie's still worming it up, but Grandmaster Sexay is dead A.
On the group chat, I still have an old Girls Gone Wild where the chick changes the TV channel without using her hands.
What did she use, her vagina?
You know what? Those commercials and the Deep Ellum live.
You watch
Like,
it. Like they come on late at night.
Yeah. I was like, I
I
want to
love
hang out.
those.
I want to hang out at Deep Ellum. Like, those were the times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom, how far is Deep Ellum? Why?
All right.
Nothing.
I think we're gonna have to call it.
Is it because I'm drunk? And,
Yeah.
Yes.
You just gone on a full-on ramble.
Sorry.
What happened tonight?
Man, I didn't eat anything, and I'm, you know.
What happened with you? All right. So this episode, as you know, was just off the rails the entire time, and we're actually here for that. It doesn't happen that often as it used to. Every once in a while, Javier gets a little toasty. Jarrod's
Hi.
a little toasty. We're all having a good time. Man, that's really staticky. Let me turn that out. Okay. Anyways, thanks for joining us live. We're right at the end of our program. Jarrod,
Yes.
thank you for taking the long drive over here. And,
The long 4-minute
journey.
drive.
and hanging out in the studio with us again.
Where can we find you, Jarrod? Where can we find your things?
You can find me at Tales from the Fort on Instagram and YouTube and Spotify. And you can find me at Ties to the Past Wednesday through Saturday, slinging antiques to old bitches. So
The latest episode of Tales of the Fort had
with
our
Dank
friend
817.
Dank.
yes, Mr. Dank 817 was
Including
on
the
there.
boys from the Ozos Galosis podcast.
Yes, we had Juan and Grizzly from there. So
Got to listen to a clip from it. I haven't heard the whole episode yet, and it was
it's a banger. So definitely check that one out. And we just released the YouTube episode with Gabby Minton on there. So
cool.
she was very fun to have on the show. So
She's a great gal, she is.
oh yeah. So she's a very talented gal and soothing music. So it's always fun. But yeah, Tales from the Fort. Check us out. We're funny sometimes. So.
all right. And without further ado, I'm Chad.
I'm Javier.
And I'm Peter.
And we are
The Funky Panther!
Wash your ball bags.